is to explain how to complete this report, this document, using CISRA to help you. So I'm just going to quickly log out of CISRA and then show you how to log in. And then we need to go on to reports. And then you select the right cohort and click on exams. And then qualifications. And then you select your subject and your class. Now we're comparing the predicted grade with the actual grade. Now it doesn't say prediction, it says assessments, and it's the summer assessment that you want to compare the actual grades with. So you select that one. And then the important column is the grade points difference. Now by clicking on the column, it ranks it for you, which is going to speed it up when you're completing the table. It'd be good if you could then export it, and that'll export it to a spreadsheet, which you can then copy the table in the spreadsheet into the copy into here, so you've got your own copy of that to keep as well. Now we're trying to complete this table. So firstly, we're looking at where the prediction was, well, let's start over here actually, where the prediction was more than one grade above the result. Now, there aren't any learners where there's a difference of more than one grade, so there's going to be a 0 and a 0 for this, for either extreme. Then prediction 1 grade above the result. Now, for these learners here, sorry, down here, this is my prediction, and this is what they got. So my prediction was 1 grade above for these learners. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for these 6, it was 1 grade above. The prediction accurate is obviously where the points difference is 0. So each grade is worth 6 points. So if the difference is 0, obviously my prediction and the actual grade were the same. And I counted these before and it comes to 17. And then the prediction 1 grade below, yeah, that's right, 1, 2, 3, these 3. So I can see my predictions were reasonably accurate there. Now the next thing we're going to analyse is the difference between the expected grade, which is the GM grade from FFT, which is the one below the good progress grade. We're going to see how that expected grade compares with the actual. So we're comparing again. So for compare, this time it's compare with FFT GM target. Job done. Now we want that to rank. I think it might have done it already, but I'll click on that just to make sure. In fact, I'm just gonna. When you click on it twice, it ranks it in the other direction. But I want to rank it this way because I can see at the top, these are the learners that did really well. These are the learners that did sort of in line with what you'd expect, and these are the learners that did below what you'd expect. And now we're completing this table just as we did before. Now I'm not going to go through that because that's pretty self-explanatory if you understood this bit. The last thing that I'm going to show you is how to do the filtering, which speeds up the completion of this part. I also need to show you about how to see the overall VA. So I'll do that first. To find out the overall VA, we go down here to the bottom and we can see it's the average of the grade points difference, which for my class is minus 3.6. So we fill that in there, minus 3.6. And now we're on to the filtering part. So for the filtering, now we want to keep the compare with on, but this time we're filtering first. If we look at the table for gender, so you select that, and this is going to speed it up. By separating out the boys and the girls, it's going to speed up getting the data that you need from this table. So like we did before, if you click on the column, it's going to separate those. It's going to rank those, it's going to separate them, which is going to make it quicker. So then for boys, you are counting up the number of learners where their result is more than 1 grade below. You're counting up for the boys where there's a difference of 1 grade, and so on. So that's the filtering for the gender, for the boys and girls. And believe me, by doing the filtering, it makes it quicker to complete the table. And next, the WB, that's for White British. So we're then going to do the same thing, but filter this time for ethnicity. And it's already separated those for you. So again, through it, separating that way, it's going to make it quicker to count those up. And then the final group that you're filtering is, of course, the PPs. And then the true is for true, they are PPs, so that's the PP learners, the T for trues. And the F for false are the not PPs. Once you've completed the table, it's then time to complete the 2 boxes to reflect on how the learners have done. So reflecting on any differences between the predictions and the actuals. You're reflecting as well on the expected, the difference between the actuals and the expected grades and the performance of specific groups. If you want me to send the table that I completed for my class, I'm happy to do that, so you can get an idea of how to complete these as well. So I've already done this. And then finally, what is it that we need to do differently in the future in order to avoid any underachievement or any inaccuracies in the predictions? So what actions do we need to take to address any issues that are raised in here? What do we actually need to do about it? Okay, that's it. There's also some instructions there as well, which takes you through it step by step. Alright, that's it. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.